What's up? You're watching Cheap Seats. I'm Riley. That's Graydon, and today we're doing our Week 12 power rankings for the NFL.
Can we talk about the Snow Bowl for a second?
The Snow Globe?
Snow Bowl!
I'm pretty sure they're saying the Snow Globe Bowl game.
Snow Globe Blobe.
Yeah, well, it was awesome. And people are now arguing what football weather is.
Yeah.
I think it's snow.
I like cold, wet, windy, rainy, messy, sloppy. And it's nice to see that all the Browns fans stuck around in a season that doesn't matter amidst trying to acquire a dome.
Yeah, cancel the dome. We don't need the dome. I don't care if it's retractable. We want snow on that field.
And we won in the mess.
I think we do a snow machine on the top that it always is snowing no matter what. And maybe it's like sugar or something, so like then everybody can kind of,
It's asbestos, like Wizard of Oz.
Well, the Browns played as best as they could, and they beat the Steelers, and it was awesome. And I know that you said the season doesn't matter. Okay, it does matter because we have a narrow path to that Super Bowl.
1%.
Yep, 1% chance.
We're right there.
Yeah.
The playoff picture is getting a little weird in the AFC.
Totally.
There's really not people in the hunt like there is in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
Like the games this week that we'll get into later in our predictions or what have yous and whatnots and the things of the like.
Yeah.
There's like swapping that can happen with one game.
Uh-huh.
I think Miami's like 5-6, and then Denver's 7-5, and that's like
and the Colts are like 5-7 or something. But it's looking like we know who's gonna make the
in
playoffs
the AFC,
if there's gonna and then there's some teams that are doing terrible in the AFC and they're still gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah,
like the Texans.
Texans are doopy right now.
Yeah, they're not playing too good. But we're gonna talk more about the some of the stuff with the football, and this is the Cheap Seats channel. So then it's about.
Are you losing steam?
What?
Are you losing steam?
I'm letting the people know what's going on.
Yeah.
So Cheap Seats. This is the channel that we talk.
This is the 13th week we've been doing this. They know.
Well, it's like, but we're gonna talk about the NFL, National Football League. And then on the main channel, it's like about music and sometimes tweets. And then the unlimited channel is the one where we do the other whatever we want.
Okay. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying last week that you were all stoked on music, and then we had a big music weekend too. Not only a big NFL weekend.
Oh, I'm gonna get into it in my power rankings.
Okay.
Kendrick at number 1.
Kendrick at number 1.
Number 1. Allie Evenson number 2.
Yeah.
McGee comes in somewhere around the 4 or 5 range.
And the Lions are third.
And Magdalena Bay is on there. Who else dropped? Who dropped? Grant? No one? But Father John Misty and Kendrick Lamar dropped on the same day for the last 5 albums. That's wild. And if the rumors are true that there's another Kendrick project coming, then Father John Misty better have one in the tuck. All right. The more football stuff. Justin Tucker fixed it.
LA seems like a really easy place to kick in.
You think so?
Seemingly. I don't know. Anytime
we found it pretty easy to kick it there when we go out on vacay.
Sherman Oaks.
I love Sherman Oaks. I love the Valley.
Yeah,
West
baby.
Hollywood. So much fun. So vibrant at night.
No ho.
What?
That's Northern Hollywood. I wasn't saying you got no hoes.
Thanks, man.
Obviously, you're littered with hoes.
Don't say stuff like that.
Obviously, you are swarmed with
This channel's about football, dude. I just want to remind people.
Yeah, okay, yeah,
That's
no
what
problem.
It's about.
Any other crazy notes from this weekend? I heard you had a hard time watching the games.
I did have a hard time watching the games. I'm dealing with some family stuff, and then I was also doing some fun sort of partying activities.
Yeah, we had a Friendsgiving and stuff.
I watched Gone Girl last night instead of watching Monday Night Football.
Wow, that was a great game.
I did watch a good chunk of it.
Really
I watched until it was out of reach. It felt like.
I will say Lamar Jackson's the MVP pretty handedly right now. After
30
that game.
touchdowns and 3 interceptions.
Yeah.
And also, I saw this stat yesterday. Lamar Jackson has never thrown an interception on Monday Night Football.
That's awesome.
24 touchdowns on Monday Night Football, 0 interceptions.
That's a primetime player.
I mean, that's wild. Also, I will say, I've been hearing the rumors swirling. John Harbaugh might be drinking that baby blood or something.
What?
He looks so much younger than his younger brother. John Harbaugh.
Yeah.
Look at a picture of John Harbaugh and Jim Harbaugh. Both handsome fellas,
That's
great
what
coaches.
controversy will do to a man.
Who?
Jim.
Jim's, because of the cheating.
The Connor Stallions and the whatnots.
Right.
And he had to be on like the recruitment trail. I feel like college football ages you because you got to be. It's just, he is having like sleepover at teenage boys' houses. to get him to come to his team. He wasn't kissing him. No, don't do
Oh,
that.
that
Don't
wasn't.
insinuate
I was
that.
just doing stuff with my hands for fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be that's like a fun Thanksgiving for John now, being 3-0 against his brother. Hey Jimmy.
Hey, little brother.
Hey little Jimmy.
Hey, little brother.
Pass the cranberry, loser.
I did like that Jim Harbaugh said, I would lay down my life for my brother, but I won't let him win a football game.
That's nice.
And then he did. He let him win a football game.
The horse is prepared for battle, but victory comes from the Lord. Yeah. This is really an NFL Films moment.
I love Jameis, man. That's cool.
Dude, soundbite after soundbite.
What else happened? The Chiefs almost lost to the Panthers.
I have it down that I think that's more about Carolina becoming a competent team than it is about the Chiefs being frauds.
Yeah, Bryce Young is playing well.
He's playing really well. Chuba's running really well. They're getting healthier. They sacked Patrick Mahomes 5 times. Jadeveon Clowney 1.5 sacks, called Pat Mahomes a flopper.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Their defense is playing good. And pretty much if you have the ability to pressure Patrick Mahomes and have a decent run game and don't turn the ball over, every game against the Chiefs has been close.
Yeah, I think the story for me is just that the defense didn't play as well as I thought they would, bouncing back from a bad defensive game last week. The Chiefs' defense has always been so good. This whole season, that's been the consistent thing, is they just hold you to, 18 points or something like that, and then you just you could win any game, or at least keep it close when your defense plays that well. Last 2 weeks, they've given up almost 30 and then almost 30,
Yeah.
So
It looked bad in the fourth quarter specifically. They kind of had that in control and then let Carolina get a chance right at the end.
And then they have a new kicker. The Chiefs do.
Yeah, because Harrison Butker sucks.
Well, I think he has to take everything up until Christmas. He does some sort
For
of
Jesus.
Right, he does some sort of Jesus thing.
And he has to yell at his wife or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he had to yell at his wife for 2 months.
Do you see the FBI is investigating the robberies of Mahomes and Kelsey's house as if they could be part of a transnational crime ring?
Transnational?
Yeah.
Harrison Butker's got to hate that.
No, come on. Not like that.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Trans rights, by the way.
Yeah. FBI investigating the robberies of Mahomes and Kelsey's houses as part of a transnational crime ring.
And the Commanders are falling apart on schedule.
I'm not there
sorry.
yet.
I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know if there was
I'm not there yet.
Coach Zach Taylor added ping pong tables to the locker room.
Isn't that funny?
That is, yeah. I'm gonna reference this a lot.
Zach
actually.
Taylor said, "You know what, guys? We gotta be more a team. Ping pong."
Well, I think it's a good idea because obviously they can't afford toilets and showers over there or TVs, so you got to do something. Ping pong tables are cheap, especially on Facebook Marketplace. So probably went down to Covington, Kentucky, and picked up 6 loners.
Zach Taylor, vying to save his job, installs ping pong tables in desperate attempt to reestablish team chemistry.
Who was it? There was a team that was playing ping pong all the time, and then they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Somebody did it.
Yeah.
I forget who it was.
Probably.
Mm-hmm. Detroit 53-0 last 3 games in second half.
They haven't allowed a touchdown in 2.5 games. That's crazy work.
Yeah, they're good.
They're really good.
Miami's getting hot, and the Jets 2 times.
Don't worry
and
about
Browns plus Texans Packers.
That's their next. That's the end of their season.
That's an equation. And I
play
don't know
the
how to
Jets.
solve it.
Miami's getting hot. They play the Jets twice.
Yeah.
They also get to play the Browns. Those are kind of their 3.
Get to. They should be scared.
Those are their 3 winnable games. But I have some must wins down this week.
Oh, okay.
Get into
This is
my
a
predictions.
whole other document. All right.
Yeah.
Dolphins must win.
Easy. They have to beat the Packers on Thanksgiving.
And the Colts must win.
Yeah. Kind of in a similar boat.
Falcons must win.
Yep. Against
They
the
look like
Bucks.
Poop. They look like a poop. Commanders must win. Yeah,
Absolutely. Because the NFC race is interesting. If the Commanders lose and the boop beep boop bop beep
Bucks.
bop no, there's another 6-5 team that's not the Seahawks. If the Cards win and the Commanders lose, the Cards get that final spot. That's the interesting little race there at the end.
Well, we'll see if a win is in the cards this week.
Nice one, buddy.
Eagles kind of big game to keep pace. Vikings too.
In the NFC, with the Lions being 10-1 and the Eagles are really hot, both those teams are.
Jalen Hurts is really hot for sure.
Yeah, it's hard to say it's a must-win when you're 9-2, but if you if you want to be in a position, if the Lions slip up, which looks unrealistic, but if Jared Goff explodes or something, you want to be at that 10-2 to be right there.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
And Spotify Wrapped is coming up.
Yep.
So. Oh, sorry.
Let's get in anything else you want to read.
Is there anything? Yeah, let's see. Lamar Jackson MVP. We already talked about that. Broncos. Yep. We talked about that.
Yep.
Defense. Yeah, that's all there. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
Drake sued UMG.
Shout out NFR.
Twice.
Free my guys NFR.
If they need help with anything, of course we got their backs.
Totally.
They've had our backs.
I don't know how the Canadian legal system works, but I have to imagine it's a little more fair than ours.
I'm pretty sure that we talked about this, but if they do tend to be rambunctious fellows, they like to yell at each other. If that happens in court, they don't have contempt of court up there. They have the penalty box.
Yeah.
So keep the gloves on, Ant. All right, and just keep your head down. Keep working. You guys are gonna be just fine.
Yeah.
What else?
Let's get into our rankings.
Already,
we've been sitting here yapping our cocks off for 20 minutes.
my cock's still on, and I got more yapping to do. I think.
What do you want to talk about?
Gone Girl? What a movie!
Dude, this isn't the right.
I know, but it's so.
platform.
What are we gonna? Okay, you guys are all. Who's seeing Wicked? Can I ask? Am I allowed to ask the audience?
Go ahead.
Who's seeing Wicked this week? I'm seeing Wicked, and I've heard that's pretty good.
I have a Caesar, but I'm not Julius. That's my Denzel as Julius Caesar.
And Gladiator too.
Yeah. Rome didn't land on us. We built it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Everybody's saying they're all doing Roman accents, but Denzel's just talking mean New York Denzel. Like, they're basically saying he did the training day Denzel in Gladiator, which I'm excited to see personally. And it seems like I've lost you somehow.
I was daydreaming a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, power ranking time.
Get me into it, Tony. Woo! Coming in at 10. Tony's got to be excited. Denver Broncos. They're there. We just talked about it. They're pretty much locked into the play.
They're there, Bo Nix.
You did good.
You did a good job.
That'll do, Bo. That'll do.
I think he might be rookie of the year.
Yeah, it's awesome. Especially, if Jaden kind of slips out of playoff contention here and Bo makes it, you gotta give it to the rookie who makes the playoffs.
Yeah, and Russell Wilson hasn't played very good the last 2 games, so he's probably not gonna win it.
Yeah, this defense rocks. Bo is playing really efficient. Cortland Sutton emerging. I love it. What's going on in Denver? They have a real identity. They're just beating teams the good old-fashioned football way with good defense and not turning the ball over.
Yeah.
I love it. Number 9. I know they lost last night. I'm still really high on them. I think that was I don't know. They played kind of mistake-free. I loved at the end of the half 24-second drive by Justin Herbert to get a field goal. They just gave up big plays to Lamar when they couldn't, when they shouldn't have, which obviously you should never give up big plays, but I still like this defense. It just, Lamar's touchdown throw to Bateman is insane. Every big play he had was kind of unscripted, out of the pocket, classic Lamar stuff that is just really hard to game plan for. I think they have a great defense. J.K. got banged up. They didn't have him for the second half last night.
I'm worried about that in general. And I'll spoil. I
Go
left
ahead.
them off my
Yeah.
power rankings because without J.K. Dobbins, they're a less dynamic offense.
Totally.
And it was his knee, which has been the problem before.
Yep.
So I am worried about them going forward. But I agree with you. They didn't look bad, especially first half.
Right.
They looked like a great team.
And I'm sorry that I said good stuff about Quentin Johnson last week because he looked like an idiot. He had 5 targets, no catches, 3 drops, 2 of which were on key third downs last night. So that's another problem. Ladd is amazing, kind of maybe second coming of Wes Welker or something. He's just nuts. And Justin Herbert looks
because he's white?
Oh, shit, they are both white.
Okay. You didn't know.
Wes Welker was white.
Yeah.
I thought he was a Latin king. That's my bad. I still got the Chargers there. I love what's going on. Jimmy. All right, number 8. Vikings. What a sloppy win, but God, do ugly wins matter. And Sammy D threw for over 300 again. Spread the rock around for the first time this year. I think Addison got a bunch of grabs. Hawkinson at over 100 yards. Justin Jefferson said either J goes off or everyone goes off, and I let everyone else go off. I was like, all right, you don't throw the ball to yourself, but that's a nice answer from your diva wide receiver. He was like,
I liked that because it's about coverage.
Yeah.
It's like they're either gonna bracket me
and let everyone else get
and
balls.
everybody else will get it. That means like I believe that my quarterback can get it to the other guys.
Yes.
I believe in the other guys to be productive.
Yeah.
They're a good team.
And Aaron Jones went for over 100 and got back in the end zone. He hadn't scored in like a month. So they're promising, and I want to keep writing them off because I don't necessarily believe in Sam Darnold, but they got enough going on there, and he kind of continues to prove me wrong, which is cool. So
as Sam Darnold said, only problem is I didn't write back though.
That was Geno Smith.
Oh, my bad.
That's all right.
Sorry.
Number 7, the loser Steelers. I still got them there. They lose in the snow against one of the best teams in football. And God, they kind of lost to God, which good luck. You know what I mean?
Right.
When you got Jameson, the evangelical football preacher on the other side, it's hard to beat. Winning in Cleveland in the snow is hard for anyone. I don't care who it is. So I don't really hold this loss against them. Russell still played really well in the snow. I think he almost threw for 300. Yeah, I don't know. If this team takes a couple more losses, I think there's some personalities on this team, i.e. George Pickens, that can really cause some problems.
Yeah, he almost did like a Ron Artest sort of situation there for a second, and I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's awesome, but you don't, like, if they drop 2 games in a row, George might do something that's, like, catastrophic to the vibe over there.
Right. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets suspended, and without him, that wide receiver room is slim pickings.
God, you are on fire.
Thanks, man.
No
Thanks.
problem.
Yeah.
Number 6. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Whoa,
shit.
Number 6. Yeah. 49ers were banged up. Jordan said, do they get paid to play football too? Yes. Did we whoop their ass? Yes. It matters. Jordan Love's back on track. Josh Jacobs is running his little heart out for this team. That defense is still really exciting. Yeah, I don't care if you're banged up. Like, they went out and laid their big hammer cocks down on the Niners.
Yeah, against Brandon Allen and a defense without Nick Bosa.
Yeah, and Kyle Shanahan did get back-to-back 12 men on the field penalties called, which is like, people are saying they should put Shanahan on the IR and just like let him kind of chill out to the spring, because he seems like, as like one of the best coaches in the league, he seems fucking frazzled right now.
Oh, yeah.
It's just not a good look. But Green Bay's sick. They play Miami the Turkey Day night game. That'll be a big challenge. Miami is clicking on offense right now, so let's see if that Green Bay defense can get it done at home. That'll be a big win for whoever wins it. Green Bay looks good, though. I think Jordan Love's kind of catching that momentum. He started last season very similarly to how he did this year. Kind of like coasted through the first 5, 6, 7 weeks.
Got hurt in Brazil, didn't play for a couple games. Malik Willis came in, won 2 games for him.
That transnational crime ring robbed Patrick Mahomes and Travis
Kelce,
Kelce. And then like right after the FBI figured out that, he caught fire.
Right, and then Caleb Williams played for the Bears. Yeah, all that stuff happened last season.
Yeah. The ping pong tables in Cincinnati. It's like when... All right, go Pack, go. Baltimore's at 5. Yeah, I dropped them. I think I dropped them. I don't know. Or I raised them. I don't know what to think about this team. They were on big-time fraud watch. If they would have lost that Monday night game, I don't even know if I would have had the balls to put them in the top 10. But they're in a close game. They traded touchdowns for field goals. Like, Chargers kept getting close, and then they would just come down and run with the biggest man that's ever ran the ball, and he's hard to stop. If you're in a 3rd and 3, anytime they get in a 3rd and short situation, you're fucked. You have to get them into 3rd and longs and hope that Lamar throws one of those bad throws like he did in the first half, but they're just built to win right now, and I think the difference between them now, obviously, and other years is that Lamar has that comrade in his backfield that just makes him a little extra dangerous. I still don't love that Rashad Bateman's like their deep threat. Zay has like 1 or 2 plays a game where I'm like, that's great, but I don't know. The wide receiver room makes me worried there. Mark Andrews looked crazy last night.
He made some incredible catches.
Yeah, he's like coming to life at the right time, and also had the Mark Andrews tight end sneak from their own 16 on 4th down that ended up being kind of the touchdown drive before half that allowed them to double dip. I felt like
that was the momentum swing for sure. Yeah.
Like I was like, no way they're going for this.
Yeah.
And then they did, and they won't go down and they get the touchdown.
They even did the thing where they tried to draw them off sides and then took the timeout and then still went for it.
Yeah.
I was like, it came back from commercial break and I was like, oh, they're still on the field. That's a good thing in my opinion. But.
Yeah, it took guts to do that, and I think John Harbaugh recognized that that was kind of a must win for them. They gained ground on Pittsburgh, whatever. They're deadly. Lamar's MVP. Number 4, Buffalo didn't lose to the bye week.
What?
Sometimes you can.
The Bengals did.
Bengals lost to the bye week, and the Jets.
35-34, and Joe Burrow threw for 400 yards.
Yeah, I know.
Jamar Chase had 6 touchdowns.
Classic Bengals
Which is more than they even scored. It was crazy.
Classic Bengals game.
Yeah, classic Bengals bye-week loss. Are you all right?
Did you see that? Who is it? Joe Douglas? Was that the GM for the Jets?
Yeah.
The Jets owner landed his helicopter on practice the day he was fired.
On practice?
On the practice field.
Oh, okay, yeah. You gotta be a little more descriptive.
Joe Douglas said to Ubrick or whatever, the interim head coach, jokingly, he said, if they pick me up and take me off this field, it's been a pleasure to serve with you. He kind of did a Titanic thing. And then he literally got put in the helicopter, taken into a meeting, and fired.
Oh, wow.
He got plucked off the field.
Yeah. He knew, though. He had the feeling.
Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure playing with you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, hell yeah. You ever seen the Titanic?
What? The Titanic?
Yeah.
The boat?
Yeah.
No, I haven't seen it.
Can't spell Titanic without tits. All right. Buffalo's great.
There's no S in Titanic.
They had a bye week. I think Amari Cooper's going to be healthier. Josh Allen's a freaky white boy. At number 3, I dropped him even lower.
What the hell?
Yeah, I dropped him after a shitty win. I know ugly wins matter. And Patrick did look really good. This is like, he had 3 touchdowns of over 15 yards apiece, and he's the only guy who's ever done that and whatever. And Andy Reid does most 10-win season. I don't give a fuck. I'm fucking sick of them. And I'm sick. The ugliness is gonna catch up at some point. And it just has to. Isaiah Pacheco's back this week, so shout out me, fantasy owner. I don't know. I don't really know what to make of this bullshit. Noah Gray got in the end zone twice. It's good that Kelsey's getting help because he's probably going to have to go to court with that whole transnational crime ring or whatever. No other notes about the Chiefs. Don't love that defense giving up almost back-to-back 30-point games, as my partner here so talentedly illuminated just moments ago. All right, stick around. My top 2 are coming up next.
No, you just go straight into them.
Welcome back at number 2. The freaky Philadelphia Eagles.
They're freaky too? I thought it was just the Bills.
No, these guys are freaks.
Oh, okay.
And I'll say they're freaks because I've been praising the secondary over there. But now what the heck? They could watch the pass it too?
Wait a second.
They're really piecing it together on defense.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's like, wow, the one thing they were missing was the ability to really put some pressure on the quarterback. And this week, you know what they did? Pow, 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 pow.
And you know what? They still ain't scored a touchdown on Quinyon Mitchell. That's a rookie right there.
Yeah,
oh my gosh. Come on. Shout out Toledo. Go Rockets.
Fuck BG.
Who's using the bathroom 5 times during this video? It is
Gronk.
insane. It's
Gronk's
crazy.
taking a shitter.
It's like wild because it flushed and then it keeps flushing. We hear the pipes. Hopefully you guys don't.
Yeah.
But like
Gronk probably
it's
clogging
just
it up.
constantly going and it's driving me crazy.
It's the Macedonian clog.
I want to know who's at your number 1. I have zero idea.
Well, we know he's taking a number 2, Gronk.
Yeah, number 2, Eagles and Gronk, and number 1 is Piss and the Lions.
Yes, give me the Lions.
All right.
Almost put the Browns here after a big Thursday night win. It took a lot not to. But the reason I have the Eagles, and obviously I put the Eagles at number 2 because their defense is coming to play, and this is the time of year when you really need good defense. The Lions were without Anzalone, thank you.
Who is honestly, he's a little pissed about Baker Mayfield doing the Tommy DeVito.
He was mad?
Yeah, because I think he's Italian.
Anzalone. Yeah, his name rhymes with calzone. I would hope so. A calzone is a big part of the Italian culture.
It's a big pizza you fold over and make into a pop pocket. But yeah, Baker Mayfield did this, and he did it a little too much. I will say that. Yeah, he went like this, and then he was like, wait a minute, I don't know if the camera's caught me. I'll do it again.
I loved it.
I love
personally.
everything Baker does, but that feels like old Baker being a little like.
He said after the game he met Tommy over the Super
like he
Bowl
got
in Vegas.
swag
He's got
and-
swag. He was doing it to honor him.
I don't know though. It's a little weird.
Whatever. Can I get back to my point?
Sorry.
We're without Anzalone. I'm saying we now. Let's go. Buckle up, Lions. I'm joining the bandwagon. Anzalone out. Aiden Hutchinson out. Tyrion Arnold out. They were without so many key defensive players, and they still haven't given up a touchdown in 2 games. You know your system's really working well, like the one Aaron Glenn's running. One, when you can sit cross-legged with 4 minutes left. They cut to him on the bench, and there's a lot of game left, and he might as well have been smoking a cigarette, drinking a beer. But, like, I felt this slightly a little bit last year with, like, how good of a scheme. Don't get distracted. I'm making a point.
I know, but I'm worried about like the infrastructure of our office. Like something's going on. Nobody's ever used the bathroom this much in 1 minute, 2 minutes, whatever it is.
I felt this way slightly last year when the Browns defense was playing so dominant. Whenever someone got out, the scheme's good enough that you can plug anybody in there and they play really well. Rodriguez played really well in Anzalone's relief. Secondary guys are coming in and playing. Zadarius Smith got pressures this weekend and he's drawing double teams and they're running him really well. Like it's a problem how well this defense is playing. I think they're like number 3 now in the NFL. If you take all the numbers and combine them, they've only allowed 17 touchdowns all year. That might be the NFL best. That's really scary with an offense that's so efficient. And I think kudos to the offense to allowing the defense to continuously rest. It reminds me of old Niners teams too, when the offense goes out and takes 8 minutes and you're constantly putting the other team in like a 2-minute drill.
Yeah.
It makes the job really easy on the defense, and they're doing a great job of it. The Lions might go to the Super Bowl and win by 30. That's kind of the feeling I have of the outcome of the season.
So you're not worried at all about the pipes or anything like bursting, or did he clog it? Like did he clog it and he's just kind of like doing the plunging thing and then it's like flushing again?
I don't even try.
Yeah. Good job though. We'll pull mine up.
Yeah, Pop Riley's up.
Pull mine up real quick, Tony. Thanks, Tony. Number 10. I got the Bucks.
You crazy dog. They ain't even in the playoffs.
I know, they're creeping back in, though. I love the way that they play football. I love Baker. I miss him. And I think that the Falcons are frauds. They're losers. And they're rejects. They're outcasts. Nobody likes them anymore. And I think that the Bucks are America's team. It's like the Lions and the Bucks are kind of America's teams, and you got to root for those teams. And I think I could see the Bucks just creeping back into the playoff picture. All right, next. They're going to photobomb the playoff picture. They're gonna photobomb it. They're going to be right in the background. Like, it's going to be Baker like this. All right, Broncos. Yeah, we talked about them already. Bo Nix is awesome. And they got other players too, Pat Surtain and Riley Moss and all that. Next, number 8, Green Bay Packers.
You phoned it in?
I did this last minute. It was like homework that was like about to. I typed it out on my phone, sent it to Tony, said, "Let's start." I didn't even like. This is probably wrong. All of this is probably wrong. I got the Packers here. I still don't believe in them, but they won, and it feels like if I didn't put them in, you guys are gonna be mad about it. So yeah, they do the cheese and stuff, and they'll be playing on Thanksgiving. Yeah. Jordan Love is their quarterback. I do have Josh Jacobs in fantasy. I was happy to see him electrify the field, and also Xavier McKinney. What a stupid move by the Giants. You
wouldn't just pick this up for the playoffs.
Brian
or something?
Dayball got fired over a Giant G-Men town, and so did the other guy for them. And Daniel Jones might be a Viking. I'll get to that later.
Okay.
All right, next. Vikings, as I said, Daniel Jones might be there. Sam Darnold did get banged up at the end of that game. I was a little worried about that, but they played pretty good.
They're talking about maybe the Lions signing Daniel Jones.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Holy smokes.
Well, they got Hendon Hooker, though.
It's like I'm working with a lunatic.
I'm just so busy. Got a lot to worry about. Football is the least of my concerns right now. Like I said, I'm seeing Wicked this week. I gotta prep for that.
You gotta learn the songs.
I'm gonna go. I already know the songs, obviously, but I gotta hang out with my grandma. She's 98. Yeah. I gotta go hang out with her for Thanksgiving. Gotta finish these videos, the other ones, the other channels. So, Vikings. Yeah, they won a weird one. They probably shouldn't have won that game, but at the same time, they just feel competitive enough, like the Chiefs, to like stay in a lot of those games. And I do like their defensive scheme, despite giving up a great Caleb Williams game. Like,
yeah, a lot of those throws you don't get to scheme for. He made some fucking plays that were like, yep, that's why he was number one.
Yeah, totally. But yeah, I like the Vikings. I think they're gonna make the playoffs. They've only lost twice. It feels like they've lost more than that because they've had a lot of like weird games. But they've only lost twice. I think they're gonna be a playoff contender. Like I think they'll get out of the first round of the playoffs. All right, number 6. I still got the Bills here.
Holy smokes.
Because they didn't lose on their bye week, and I had them at 6 last week, and I'm not gonna believe it. I don't even know what they
finished that sentence.
I don't know what I don't know what they could do to make me believe it. They lost to the Ravens by a lot. And that's pretty much why I got them still here.
I'm not going to believe it. I don't know what they got to do to make me believe it. They lost to the Ravens by a lot. That was that was your thought there on the sentence? I like that.
Yeah.
That makes sense to me, man.
I don't know. They just got like a middle of the road defense. I've already talked about this and I got cooked on the internet for it. And I don't really care that much. I think Josh Allen is fantastic. I'm just like you. We both love Josh.
You and me.
You and me, we're the same. We both think Josh Allen's great. We think he's an MVP candidate. He's fantastic. He's a freaky white guy. We all love the freak stuff that he does. But I just don't believe in the team all the way. I have seen this movie before. I know how it ends. They're going to lose to the Chiefs in the playoffs. All right, number 5. Ravens. Yeah. Woo. They're fun to watch, man. Fun team to watch for sure.
I just want them to suck so bad.
And I really don't know why. And now I'm thinking about it. Yeah, Ravens won this week. Steelers lost. I got the Steelers above the Ravens.
Hell yeah,
so
man.
Yeah, pop them up there real quick for me, Tony. Steelers next. Yep, got them at 4.
What's up with that?
I don't know. What do you think about this?
The number 4 seems really high for a team that just lost to the Browns.
Well, number 5 lost to the Browns too. You know what I mean? So they both lost to the Browns. I actually did think that's my reasoning right there. Ravens lost to the Browns and Steelers lost to the Browns. Ravens lost by more, maybe by I don't know. I don't remember. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah,
that's
there
the
you go.
Mike Tomlin. We all love Mike.
Yeah, Mike.
There's something else I was gonna say about the Steelers, but I honestly got too much to do. So number 3, let's get right into it. I got the Eagles right here. Yeah. This is the same as last week, by the way, from 6 on up. I checked and was like, oh, okay, I kept them the same. They won again, and go ahead, Eagles, and do it. They're now number 3 best odds to win the Super Bowl as well in the NFL.
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, he's their coach.
A couple weeks ago, we didn't think he'd make it to Thanksgiving. Maybe we make it to Christmas.
Have you ever asked your bitch for other bitches?
I haven't. Do it, Nick.
Sirianni?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
God, Saquon makes that job easy on Jalen Hurts, and isn't that nice for him?
Oh, boy. What a game. That was wild.
Yeah, he's leading the league in rushing now.
Mm-hmm. And soon they're leading the league in Russian, I heard. And everybody starts speaking Russian at the games. It's messed up, dude. A lot of stuff's going on.
Yeah.
Google it.
Do your own research.
Do your own research. All right, number 2. Chiefs. They'll only lost 1 game. And the Eagles have lost 2.
And Pacheco's back.
Yep.
Yeah, that's exciting for them.
Yep. And number 1, that's the Lions. Jared Goff plays the quarterback position, and also they have 2 running backs.
How about that Honolulu Blue takeover in Indianapolis? That was sweet.
Yep.
And Jahmyr Gibbs, guess where he's at in the top rushers of the league?
Number 5.
4.
Oh.
That's crazy for a split backfield that little bastard's getting all them yards.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Totally.
I think the Lions are a good football team. That's something I wanted to bring to the table, kind of just put my take out there, that I think the Lions are a good football team, and I think they got a good chance at winning next week.
Fuck you in the ass, Julian Edelman.
What the hell is wrong with you? You would just say fuck. That's a crazy way to say that.
Julian Edelman said Detroit, I don't believe in them yet because they haven't proved it. They haven't won the must-win playoff game.
Well, yeah, you can't win a must-win playoff game before you go to the playoffs.
They also won 2 playoff games last year. What did you think about those games? Those weren't must-wins? You could have lost those?
Could have lost those, still gone to the next round.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Yeah, I mean, I get what he's saying, but like, yeah.
Kind of, but they like...
But they were like 8-8 the year before that, and then they went to the NFC Championship.
And now they're fucking 10-1.
Yeah.
Did you see the post-game Dan Campbell said, because he played in Detroit too for 3 seasons or something. He said, who here's won 9 in a row in their NFL career, raise your hand. Not a single hand went up.
Yeah.
Which is badass, and I raised some concerns about, I think I'm scared that Dan Campbell has it out for the rest of the league so bad that like in the back of his mind, he wants the biggest point differential of all time of any team.
Yeah.
He wants to leave Penei Sewell in the whole game so he can continue to just pancake other guys.
Yeah.
And I'm worried about them being up 24 and someone key Ragnow or something snapping a leg in a game that they shouldn't even be in there.
Yeah.
But if that's your biggest concern is that your coach is a megalomaniac and wants to kill everybody else in the NFL.
I think that's good.
Yeah.
I think that's a good thing.
That's
I think you need an aggressive coach, especially like looking at the NFC, the other coaches. You got Nick Sirianni, who's kind of like a wild card. And then you got like right now, Kyle Shanahan, who's always been like a very calculated, great, like smart coach, kind of losing it a little bit. And so I think the other contenders, like, I mean, Kevin O'Connell, very measured.
Yes.
But if this Lions team against that Vikings team, aggressive coach for the Lions versus calculated kind of reserved coach for the Vikings, the Lions are going to win that game. They just have the roster to do it if they're being aggressive. And I think even when it comes down to like if you were to look at like a Lions-Ravens Super Bowl, I would trust Dan Campbell and his plan for that roster over what John Harbaugh would draw up with the Ravens. And even though Lamar is so unpredictable and can make a lot of things happen, the Lions with that coaching makes a lot of sense. They have the right roster for it.
Yeah, I think Philly, like you said, Sirianni's kind of the wild card, and Saquon puts the fear of God into you. I think Philly's really emerged as like the team the Lions are by far the most afraid of.
I still think it's the Commanders, and I know that's weird, but I'm just saying that rushing ability that Jaden has. Yeah, the rushing ability that
Jalen Hurts can run too, dude. He's got like 12 touchdowns on the year.
Absolutely run, but he can't run as fast as Jaden.
Hey, I love the list, man. The Pittsburgh F4 is funny.
Yeah, thanks,
great
man.
job, dude.
I was working on it.
Love your shirt too. It's got a kind of a denim collar situation going on that's unique.
It's not kind of. I'll spoil it right now. It's denim. It's not like a denim
you know
vibe.
What?
It's like
the rest of the thing's denim too.
No, it's
just
not.
Yeah, this is just green.
That's denim?
Yeah. Your whole shirt's denim. The collar's it's a two-tone denim.
Yeah. What does this logo mean, by the way?
That looks like a boat. I'm gonna say it's a Nautica.
I think it's Nautica. You're right. Yeah, check the tag for me.
It is Nautica, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we did it.
Those are our week 12 or week 13, whatever.
Week 12.
Week 12.
Week 12.
Those are our power rankings. Hopefully the Browns are on it next week. As always, I'm Riley.
And I'm Graydon.
Go football. Roll it, Tony, and say something, Grant.
See you later.
Go Browns.